Jackson had to make the tackle.
You know what sets this up? It's interesting. The formation. By going with 3 wide receivers and spreading the defense out, they really isolate people, and they make the linebackers make a one-on-one tackle. Zim here, Gary Zimmerman, number 65, he just takes Mamula outside. He just pushes him and throws him outside, and then he can lead him up the field. Look who's leading him. Number 65 is out front down the field.
Terrell Davis, 3 carries, 50 yards here in the opening quarter. He slips this time and still slithers forward for a couple before William Thomas covers it. Now, when you draft a guy in the 6th round, you're not expecting him to come in and start. They had Rod Bernstein. They had Glenn Milburn. They thought these were going to be the guys, and all at once they get into training camp, and Terrell Davis makes play after play. And what are you going to do? Put him in there.
They wound up with 2 guys, Terrell Davis and Aaron Craver, who they really didn't think would be where they are today.
That's the end of the first quarter from Philadelphia, where the Eagles are leading the Broncos 14-7. Thank you, Chris. And wasn't that a shocker in Dallas? 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. Elway with a short set under pressure and goes down. William Fuller crashed in from the left end. Guy who's missed 3.5 games because of an injury.
Yeah, and he goes up against Broderick Thompson, number 76, the ex-Eagle. Fuller just continues to drive and push back. But I'll tell you something. See, now to me, that's a sack that should be going to the quarterback, not Broderick Thompson. John pumps one way, he holds it, and then tries to load and come back the other way. Boy, you're asking the line to hold an awful long time.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, Broderick Thompson knows, as John Elway is very shaky. We'll check on his condition when we come back. Denver trails by 7, but more importantly, their leader is on the bench, John Elway, who was very unsteady when he got up from that last collision, and he gives way to Hugh Millen, who comes on in a 3rd and 9 situation. Millen, the 10-year veteran out of the University of Washington, has thrown 11 passes this year and completed 6. The starter for New England in 91, seldom used since then. Pressure, throws underneath it, incomplete, intended for Anthony Miller. Tough situation to put him in.
It is, but also you got to give Emmett Thomas, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, credit. New quarterback, fresh coming in, it's 3rd and long, go after him. Make him get rid of the football, give him those happy feet right away.
So Jason Elam, who's hit 17 of 20 this year, will try a 45, 46-yard field goal.
Now, Mike, he is kicking into that 15-mile-an-hour wind here. Of course, he's got a terrific leg.
They'll spot it at the 35, so it will be a 45-yard attempt. Elam kicking into whatever wind there is. And had no problem with it whatsoever. Jason Elam makes it Philadelphia 14, Denver 10. On him, he was hit in the head. He's expected to return.
And boy, was he hit in the head. And you see him getting a little more air put in there. But watch this. William Fuller comes in from the right. And then from the left side, he just takes a shot right in the head.
Garner from the 12. Crossed the 30-yard line, and a late hit. Players jawing at each other a little bit.
You know, it's amazing what an attitude can do for you. I think we saw it in the San Francisco-Dallas game. If you come in with an attitude, miracles can happen. I think the Eagles have come in tonight, I think an underdog in this game, playing with an attitude, and they're leading this ball game.
If you just joined us, neither team has been able to stop the other. We've had 3 touchdowns and a field goal in 4 possessions. Saxon and Waters are the backs. him out of bounds. Let's go to Mark Malone. Mark?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Perhaps maybe Philadelphia's game plan here to throw the football might have something to do with the defensive lineman Michael Dean Perry, who's great against the run. Take a look at this. Watch how he holds his ground against Boatswain and then rolls out and makes the tackle. And in the passing game, patented swim move, something he does real well. Beats Boatswain cold, but then the double team, the ball's away too quickly. And then when they try to run the stunts against the passing game, no success. Pete's getting rid of the football too quick. Mike, back to you.
All right, Mark, and he's such a great guy to be around. Always has a positive attitude. Slant pass. Barnett takes a couple of wicked shots. But he's into Denver territory at the 46-yard line. Another gain of 18. Let's go back to Mark.
Yeah, Mike, here are the numbers so far on Michael Dean Perry. So far, he has been double-teamed 12 of 16 times in the passing game. He has no sacks, no pressures, no quarterback hits. It's a function of Rodney Peete and the Philadelphia Eagles throwing the ball quickly to avoid the pressure of the Denver Bronco defense. Mike?
And when he's being double-teamed, that leaves it up to the rest of his line mates to do something because of it. Charlie Garner, who just slashes into the line, picks up almost 6 yards on the carry.
He is a wonderful change of pace for the Eagles as a running mate to Ricky Waters. Ricky is a little bit more patient. He'll pick and choose, chop his way a bit stronger. And all of a sudden, Charlie comes in, and you give him just a little hole, and wham, he's gone.
And what a great start he had to his rookie year last year. First 2 games, 100 yards each. Then he injured a knee, but back and apparently just as healthy as ever. 2nd and 4. Peete chased out of the pocket. Floats it to Garner. Great tackle by Crockett as Garner crossed the 40-yard line. He gets by Crockett. He's got people out there to help him.
And the other thing is he does a wonderful job of helping Rodney Peete out. He makes the block. He sees Rodney get in trouble. Now he slides out to a throwing lane and throws his hand in the air to say, listen, just dump it off. Get rid of it. I'll take care of you.
Brings up a 3rd and 3. Waters set 7 yards deep. And they will send Waters for the first down and more. Juking his way inside the 30-yard line. Atwater and Braxton, the safeties, combined on the tackle. It's a gain of 11.
That Eagle offensive line, McIntyre, McKenzie, Harry Boatswain are doing a terrific job of creating seams inside. Watch McIntyre. He's right here. He's going to come, kick out. Ricky's going to come and take it up inside. Guy comes around, does a nice job, kicks out on Wyman. Ricky's right into the secondary.
Ricky Waters, 8 carries, 41 yards here in the first half. Peete with time. Wyman can't get him. Crockett forced it out of bounds, but not until he reached the 10-yard line. A gain of 18, and Joe, he's a terrific receiver.
He really is. And coming into tonight, Mike, he had 34 receptions and a touchdown. Here he just leaks out of the backfield. They run everybody off, and he makes a move on a linebacker. He'll just cross up underneath. Rodney with nice touch. Drops the ball off, and Ricky's got a wide-open field in front of him.
And Dave Wyman, as athletic as he is not going to chase down Ricky Waters. Garner checks back in on first down. And Charlie Garner will get the carry. Dragging tacklers with him to the 5. He had Harold Hasselback, all 280 pounds of him, on his back and gave him a free ride. And Raleigh McKenzie is the Eagle slow to get up. Another veteran former Redskin lineman. The Eagles have been hurt in the offensive line by injuries and a drug suspension. They can ill afford to lose anybody else.
He's number 63. Just gets rolled on, just manages to get his foot out. Just got it rolled up on a little bit.
Joe Panos, who was put on injured reserve earlier this week with a shoulder injury.
Of course, Lester Holmes was gone early. Bernard Williams has been gone.
Williams was the drug suspension twice.
From Wisconsin, a rookie now has to come in and play, but this is good. See, Rodney's telling him what to expect. Because right down here, down around the goal line, is the most important thing that this guy can do, is just get Rodney the football till they can get Rollo back in on the next play.
And Raleigh McKenzie, durability has been one of the strengths of his game, starting his 72nd straight game tonight. And he looks like he'll be all right.
Mike, you want to run the simplest play here. John Gruden, their coordinator, simple off-tackle play. Don't try and make the center do anything as far as reaching goes.
Rudolph, 6'1", 285 out of Wisconsin, a free agent rookie. Waters, shaking tacklers to the 3. Lionel Washington from the corner on the stop.
Joe Rudolph did exactly what he had to do. It's a nice call by Gruden. Little off-tackle play, let him fire straight out.
And Raleigh McKenzie comes back into the game. And Rudolph gets a nice hand at the sideline. The Eagles wanted to control the clock, and man, have they ever. Better than 3-1. Third now. Pete on that half roll again, has Waters, can't find him, runs for it, touchdown. Rodney Peete with his first rushing touchdown of the season.
Mike, this is a coming out party for the Philadelphia offense. They have really tried, Ray Rhodes, John Gruden have really tried to instill a West Coast offense. Tonight, they're going down the field a little bit. They're asking their quarterback to make plays, and everybody's responding.
Anderson, 3 for 3 on points after.
You're going to see him sprint to the right. They do a nice job of sealing where the 2 wide receivers are. Ricky Waters right out front. Good block by Saxton. Atwater turns up with Waters, and he just heads for the corner. Coming at you. This is pass first, really, but Rodney doesn't have it. Just tucks it away. Always been a good runner.
The advantage of having a mobile quarterback, and you saw Atwater with that man-to-man coverage. He didn't see him until it was too late. 110 Eagles, the update on John Elway. They think he can return in the second half, but they're going to hold him out right now with 2:44 to go in the half.
There's the shot. William Fuller comes in from the right, and as he's being pushed, he takes a hard shot. Looks like Mike Mamula from the right side just buried him right in the helmet.
And John's been out ever since. He certainly looks a little bit better than he did earlier. Mamula, who hasn't had that many sacks, leads the NFL in knockdowns. He's been very, very close. So Hugh Millen stays in the quarterback. Bobbles to snap. Davis runs into him. And Millen gets a yard out of what could have been a disaster for the Broncos.
You know, I really believe, Mike, that it is really the job of the backup quarterback, and Coach Shanahan doesn't really get his backups as much work because you got to keep your starters ready. But you have to pay attention to the center snaps. It's tough for the starting center to adjust to you. As a backup quarterback, when you go in, your primary concern is get the ball. Then worry about everything after it.
And they're not going to have to get off another play before the 2-minute warning. So Hugh Millen will have a chance to come over and talk it over with Mike Shanahan and with John Elway. Back in a moment.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. Michael Dean Perry in our spotlight, and he's been a huge factor in the running game tonight against Philadelphia. Take a look at this against Harry Boschway. Just drives him back into the backfield, gets in on the tackle for less than 3 yards, and then again forces Charlie Garner wide into a tackle.